Hello and welcome to the Makaibari tea factory in Kurson, India, in the Darjeeling region of India, famed for tea, of course, Darjeeling tea. I will walk you through the process of making currently second flush Darjeeling tea in one of the best known and most renowned tea factories in the world. Makaibari is the first tea factory in the world, set up in 1859, and also the first one to be certified organic in 1988 from what I remember, and still leader of the pack here in Darjeeling. So the whole process of tea making in the factory starts with fresh leaves picked from the tea gardens around, which end up on these tables in the evening for so-called withering, which means removing the moisture from the leaf. Up to 70% of the moisture will be removed from the leaves overnight. There is hot air pumped under the tables and the leaves slowly lose moisture. Once this process is complete, the leaves are gathered by factory workers into these bags and go straight into these holes. These calves lead downstairs to the rolling station. We'll take a walk there right away. As you can see, I'm wearing protective gear because everything here is kept in relatively sterile conditions, not to affect the flavor of the final product. I'm a pretty tall guy, so it's a bit difficult for me to walk here. It definitely wasn't designed for a 6'4" tall man, but we'll manage. Everything is ancient here. And the processing of tea continues here in these ancient machines. Some of them are 150 years old. These are rolling machines used to crush the fresh withered leaves in order to release the flavor of the tea. The cells are broken, the juices are released, and you would know what I'm talking about if you could feel the smell of this place. The scent in the air is just super intense and beautiful. Once the leaves are rolled, they are placed on these trays. As you can see, these are the rolled leaves. And on these trays they are set up on these shelves here for video camera. Yeah. On these shelves the leaves undergo fermentation for 2 hours when black tea is made, and for less when oolong tea is made. For green tea there is no fermentation. So the leaves ferment here and slowly start turning into what we know from the tea that we buy in shops. The dark rolled tea leaves that we then infuse, steep in our tea. Once fermentation is complete, it's time for drying of the tea leaves. Here we have the Makaibari dryers. The tea ends up here and goes through the process of drying with hot air and heat, losing the remaining moisture. And basically what comes out here is the final product, not what you see down there. This is just tea dust, but fine dried tea leaves ready for packing. But before they are packed, here the workers are packing the tea.
The tea first has to be sorted depending on the quality. This is where the sorting of tea takes place. It's done by machines like this one here. So starting from the lowest level, this is where the tea dust comes out. This ends up in tea bags later. And then from small size leaf, medium size leaf and big size leaf, the higher this outlet, the better the quality of tea. And the best quality then gets sorted by hand on these tables. For 4 hours, around 15 workers will be sorting, removing stalks and greenish leaves from the tea. This is the waste, which will just be composted later on. And the final product, fine loose leaf tea, is here. This is sorted high-grade tea of wonderful smell that will be, after packing, be shipped around the world to your teacups. Let me just still take you to the packing station. Here the packing takes place. The tea gets shoveled into this big wholesale bags. And it's on its way to our homes.